Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here? I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure. I've a knack for gathering items and am ever on the hunt for new finds. I'll gladly try out any useful mechanisms I espy. Look, Master! Goblins!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. We have risen have been drenched. Furthermore, our party is composed of quite a few men.
I shouldn't at all mind if that were to change. Perhaps 'tis best to live and let live.
Consider this a lesson in incorporation.
Here you are, Master. I hope you like it. I found it myself. Feast your eyes on this! Has quite a temper.
Might we not use their rage to our advantage?
Easily done. Do not falter. It will take every ounce of our strength, but we can prevail.
I understand.
I'll cast the same spell, and we'll overwhelm our foe with our combined magics.
That our foe most supports. Knock its feet out from under it and strike ere it recovers.
I'd not dare attempt such a feat alone, but together I think we can manage it. Movements have grown sluggish.
We must not give them a chance to recover.
I shall lead the charge!
Did my best to match your skill, Master.
last, the moment I've been waiting for. Allow me to gather these up.
You must cleanse yourself of that oil post-haste.
Now, there's a novel idea. I've never seen my own master attempt such a feat.
Now that is a surprise. I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
Let us ponder how best to proceed. Too fast for you! We've earned ourselves a pat on the back.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Ah, a material. Useful things, these.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Tis about time we pressed on, wouldn't you say, Master? Is there any way to climb up there? I'm not sure what we'll find, but it might be something useful.
Harpies! Be on your guard! Fire will prove effective against this foe.
I could do this all day. Can't wait to find out what's inside. Let us see what you're made of. Just when I needed it most. Many thanks. Last, a chance to use this. Together, we are indomitable.
Let us try for the same result with our next attack.
Neary. Useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
A cavern of all things. It seems undisturbed. Mayhap we'll be the first ones to explore it.
It is an exciting discovery, but we ought not to lose our heads. The prison has been torched. Quick, douse the flames!
Anything for you, Arisen. Off I go.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up... every little trinket you find. An impressive view. We can infer much of the lay of the land from here.
I'd gladly cast aside my weapon and laze about here. If the Arisen would permit it.
True enough.
Come to think of it, different masters favour different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
Each to their own.
This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful. I'll gather these... Now, it would be a shame to forget their location when we need them. Most?
Battle is best avoided here. Stricken with sleep. How troublesome.
Whoops. I suppose there is such a thing as too much sleep.
That was careless. Know your limits. The creature's talons are useless while it's pinned. Pray, make full use of this opportunity to fell it.
An ogre. Stand ready.
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. Well done.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy. What could yon chest be hiding? I must know. Not all chests contain treasure, you know.
At long last, I am returned to you.
So, The path splits here.
Let us trust in ourselves and proceed with caution.
Might I interest you in my humble wares? Hope to see you again.
Nothing caught your eye? That's a shame. Let's hope there's aught worth a coin next time.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
Too fast for you.
Defend yourself with that oil potato.
Ingredient. Ints are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here? You watch where you're going. You'll hurt yourself one of these days.
Oh, don't mind me. These things happen. Is there no getting through this door? Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it. I've heard some interesting tidings about town.
Regarding the Vermilion Lord, yes?
'Twould seem the Queen Regent has made significant alterations to the chain of command.
Might try growing orchard. See how it fares.
Halt! You are approaching the gates of Vernworth, capital of Vermund. None may pass without the proper documents. If you've an entry permit, an invitation, or proof of citizenship, present it now. I see. So you are to meet with Captain Brandt. I shan't impede you then. Come with me.
I was informed of your coming would be arisen.
Captain Brandt, you should know that this individual fought valiantly to defend the troops. The Watchhead told me himself.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one arisen. That arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermund. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, and in Vermund's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous council, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the council's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, Your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct Your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead, a mere puppet. However, with Your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in a tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion, and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Thought you could hide, eh? Oi! Halt!
Good to see you, Master.
Take joys by the handful and regrets by the pinch. Living's hard.
Now, there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away. Riding in an ox cart would be a welcome reprieve.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
Ah, excellent find.
Suppose I could visit someplace new.
I'm nodding off where I stand.
As a matter of fact, the time I spent apart from you was miserable indeed, Master. May we never be parted again.
What's done is done. All that matters is that you are here to fight for our master now.
Love waking up knowing
Might as well hang
there's
about.
no easy thing
No,
making a
Rob.
living as a soldier.
Not much has changed since I was a girl.
Save myself. Oh, could use a rest.
Wandering all days to Can't put a price on peace. They'll wish they'd helped. All I served raw. Wonder what's going on in town.
here, eh?
A chest. I'll examine its contents, shall I?
This really is full of craftsmanship. This part's a bit different as well.
Well met, sir. Forgive my presumption, but were you the one who gave my granddaughter that medicine in Melv? I thought so. She's not stopped talking of her adventure since she arrived home. You have my sincerest thanks for aiding her. That girl's always running off on some fool's errand or other, for all my chiding. Once she gets an idea under her bonnet, there's simply no talking her out of it. Now listen, 'tisn't much, but I'd fain offer you a discount on my wares. Pray, make good use of it, won't you? Welcome and well met. Don't think I've forgotten your discount now. I'll knock a few gold pieces off aught you buy. So spend away, my good... Sir? Do come again.
Master, if you're carrying around anything you don't need, there's no time like the present to rid yourself of it.
Perhaps 'tis time we returned to our base of operations and deposited some of our finds.
Welcome to the Star Drop-In. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off?
Let's take it easy.
Isn't much to go on.
You're acting up.
Oh, what does this say?
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
Greetings! Here we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist you with, simply say the word.
Have you found any of the items we discussed, perchance?
Forgive me, but I'm afraid we are not accepting registration for warriors or sorcerers at this time. You see, as we currently have no archer staves or greatswords on hand, we are unable to outfit new members. And we cannot simply purchase more, as the delivery of arms intended for the local armory and other guilds in this domain was plundered by goblins. So regrettably, I cannot assist you, unless you were to procure a weapon yourself. Let me see. What else can I tell you of our guild? Certain vocations are unavailable at present, save to applicants who already possess the requisite equipment. Let me see. What else can I tell you? Methinks Roderick will be able to tell you aught of the stolen shipment. He runs the local armory, and we purchase almost all of our stock from him. May fortune smile upon you, sir.
We'll not find anything if we don't start looking.
Make it quick. I ain't got all day.
Well met. You are come to Shakir's Inn, a place of respite for... You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. You know where to find. I fear I've no wisdom to offer.
You wish me to return? At once, Master.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here.
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen.
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false Arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false Arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. It would be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true Arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Vernworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
Off we go then. There are beasts to be slain.
We ought take the time to evaluate our fighting.
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim, you will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Disa's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your... Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
Could you come over here? Here already, are we?
Hoi, friend. Klaus sent word that you've agreed to rescue some of my pilfered equipment. I'd be grateful for aught you can reclaim, truly. Fair warning. Goblins are behind these ox cart raids, I've since learned. No doubt they're hoarding the stolen arms in their den. From the tell of it, their lair lies somewhere along the Western Road. Pray do be careful. If aught were to go awry, 'twould weigh heavily on my heart. Losing my wares for good would make me sore. But no sack of gold can compare to a fellow life, eh?
'Tis most exhilarating to hand over such a sum.
An investment made for safer travels can hardly be called extravagant.
Mayhap we ought to pay a visit to Trevo Mine and search for the armourer's wares.
I brought you something.
Tis good you lessen the load you carry. A lighter... step can make all the difference in battle.
Oh dear. What am I to do? Hail, friend! Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and my instincts tell me you're of trustworthy ilk. I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week, with no one slated to mind the house in my stead. Fear not, I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning, and I don't expect you to stay cooped up in there, neither. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider my home a waypoint on your travels. Sound appealing? Then come on by and have a look-see. I've taken the liberty of marking the location on your map.
A precious little time.
I've a terrible itch. I hope she isn't fleas. What should I do?
This is a bit much for me.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
Would that I could.
Wakestone shards are treasures to be prized, though only when made whole can they work their magic.
We ought to keep it with care, lest we lose it.
Look there, a chest! Allow me to open it, Arisen.
'Tis here that the bodies of those who fall in vermin are. I beg you to conduct yourself with care and with a reverence befitting of one who walks among the dead. Your patronage is much appreciated. It was a paltry repast, but I'm grateful to be fed.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
You'll never reach our destination if you continue in that direction, Master. But I suppose I can guide us there later.
There will be a... We shall remain... here.
You are the Arisen, yes? The captain gave me your description. Follow me!
Oh, I don't need this right now.
Wonder if there's any easy work to be had.
Tis best you move along. Should one of the other guards espy you, I will be forced to play my part. Pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
us are a sign that all is well.
Who's there? Pray, keep your voice low. 'Twouldn't be good for either of us if someone was summoned to come check on me. Could it be that you have come to bring Mother's schemes to light? I am Sven, the son of Queen Regent Disa. Mother has been acting rather strangely of late. I thought to investigate the matter whilst she was away. I gather 'tis the same for you. I can't imagine what else would have summoned you here. My word! You mean to say that you are the true Arisen? That the Sovereign currently residing in the palace is a pretender? Could Mother have had a hand in that as well?
Regent Kin Sven appears to be missing from his chambers. Have you seen him?
Me? No, sir. Then start searching, you fool. Should aught befall the Regent Kin, 'tis us who'll answer to her grace.
Forgive me. My absence seems to have made this rather more difficult for us. You ought leave the palace at once. This room turned up little of interest, but I've a mind to look into this further. I shall send word to Captain Brandt if I discover aught you should know. I'll head out first and speak with the Sentinels. Use that opportunity to make good your escape.
Sven, where have you been?
Forgive me. I couldn't sleep. I thought a stroll might clear my head.
Prithee, inform us when you return to your chambers. If aught were to happen...
Get up to today.
Lost track of time.
You seem to be rather friendly with Captain Brandt, sir. Tell me, is he faring well? 'Tis lamentable that the captain of the late Consul's Guard should have been relegated to the garrison, but there are whispers that he was given this station in reprisal for an unthinking petition he made to Her Grace. Ever since Disa's faction seized power within the palace, her detractors have found themselves shunted into a corner. If I were you, I'd take care not to be seen currying favor with the good captain. Disa has eyes everywhere, it seems. What's to be done about this?
Gentle scratch on my arms and armor.
I'll admit, I did worry you'd forgotten me. Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
My apologies, sir, but as you are not a member of this establishment, I cannot permit you through.
Never should have taken this shift. I will find when I know how to spend.
This is where I come when life gets overwhelming.
I'm just grateful I get to lead a quiet life.
My arms strong and my mind.
It's an item of exceptional rarity. I cannot wait to tell my own master of its existence.
I'm just grateful I get to lead a quiet life.
I hope I didn't leave the pot on top. Great. Gold in my pocket.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Peruse at your leisure. Mistakes this time.
Lonely place.
I've little enough
Not
gold
without
to
its
sing
charms.
this.
My body's not forgiven me for last night's...
Good evening, sir. I trust you for... All right on the roads, despite the... You know where to find.
This ladder can take us to new heights. We ought to put it to good use.
This looks barely the vim to tie my boots.
Worry you giving me an achy back.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. How fared your mission? Was there aught suspicious to be found in the Queen Regent's office? This scrap. 'Twas part of a letter, and from Batal no less. This alone can prove little, but 'tis clear that Deeza's schemes run deep. To think, Deeza's actions have weighed even on the mind of her own son. 'Tis a surprise, but a welcome one. Deeza is the doting mother before the Regent King. If Regent King Sven is willing to aid us by drawing Deeza's focus, we may be able to gain more useful information. You have done well, Your Majesty. Though I am limited in the aid I am able to offer, I bid you, take this.
Seems we were right to suspect the Queen Regent. We ought to keep an eye on her in the days to come.
I know not what to make of this.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be Arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermont. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that your Majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Deeza's scheme and securing your enthronement.
You've come! Glad to see you, friend. So, what say you? Would you care to live here in my absence? As I've said, you needn't worry about tending to the place. Many thanks, friend. I knew I could count on you. I'll stop by again in a week's time, but till then, farewell.
I'm all for camping, but solid walls are a joy that can't be beat. And ours for a full week at no charge. What a steal.
Indeed, you are correct.
Mayhap we ought to pay a visit to Trevo Mine and search for the armourer's wares.
I know the way. Follow me.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
What? Huh. Huh. This looks like trouble.
My, I'm trapped like a rat in a cage. This Arisen's both shrewd and fleet of foot. Ah, 'tis obvious, no? I am an agent, of a sort. Let's just say there are some who don't want you wandering about as you please. I was to report on your comings and goings, you see. But I suppose that job's over, now you found me out. So, how about it, friend? Will you let me go? I've no reason to trouble you any further. Understandable. Still, no harm in asking, was there? Let's get this over with then.
Too fast for ya!
You there! Halt!
Shit! We're in for it now.
With all likelihood, he is an agent dispatched from Batal. Pray, let us handle the rest. We will hear all he has to say before the week is out. I bid you, wait till then. Report to me if aught catches your eye.
Yes, sir!
Ugh.
We shall see how bold you are in eyes.
Do not test me.
'Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
Ah, excellent find.
Interested in my wares? Interested in my wares? Pleasure doing business with you.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around.
I'm only glad to have proven my worth.
Ah, good. I see the Arisen's found someone to handle our busy work. This rumor has been troubling me ever since I first caught wind of it. Apparently, there is an illness we pawns can catch beyond the rift that makes us a danger to ourselves and others. Symptoms include an unruly attitude and over...
Points need anything if you work yourself to death. Mayhap we ought to pay a visit to Trevo Mine and search for the armourer's wares. I can guide you there if you wish.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way. Ah, now here's a surprise.
The thrill of discovery never gets old. Huh. I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this. Mayhap we ought to pay a visit to Trevo Mine and search for the armourer's wares. I know the way. Follow me.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
This way, if you please.
Have we purchased all that we require? We ought to review the contents of our packs just to be sure.
I knew the village would be in a bad way, but never did I expect to see an entire basket of saurians. What to make of this?
What's this all about?
Goblins, Master! Caution would be wise. We ought not let it halt us in our course. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Materials such as this can be combined to craft things.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Fear not, Master. Naught shall befall you while I am here.
what I needed.
Well, much effective.
Wish me to return at once, Master.
But I believe we can reach our goal all the same.
Battle is to be avoided, I take it, in the risen. Little does our foe realize how narrowly they escaped death's touch.
True enough.
Arisen, are you alright? Seems we have a range on.
Reckless opponent makes for easy prey.
Understood. Take that!
The sight of it, we'll want to hold the high ground when fighting on an incline. Can't have our foes using it against us.
Master, watch out! I expected victory to be swift, much appreciated. My strength is beginning to fly.
It would seem our foe was not very big.
We must make the most of this opportunity.
I shall lead the charge!
I'd not dare attempt such a feat alone. Together, I think we can manage it.
Why, 'tis a treasure in the truest sense.
How exciting. My heart is fit to burst.
We prevailed by the skin of our teeth.
We ought to consider this a lesson. This is what befalls one who lets down their guard.
It seems you've somewhere else in mind you'd rather go, if you've no need of... There, Master! A hobgoblin! Well done, Master.
Why, thank you, dear. Something for the trouble.
Let me be the one to collect it.
'Twill be a joy to serve one so gallant.
Now, what might that be?
Let us ponder how best to proceed. 'Tis the strange sort that ventures willingly into darkness. As planned. Has gone up in flames before my very eyes.
Our ranks have grown, yet fawns are men, one and all.
It's surely a coincidence. Don't make such a fuss.
Thank you, Master. I feel much better now.
I've got a good feeling about this one. I'll encamp the same the spell, and we'll overwhelm our foe with our combined magics.
The foremost priority is to douse those flames.
Right where I want you.
Our task is complete.
Not a bad idea.
Shall we be off? We've a report to make. We've found an Archistaff and great sword both. What say we bring them to Sir Klaus? I know where that person can be found, Master. This way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
The Master! Goblins!
The arisen has been torched. Quick! Douse the flames! Keep your ears pricked. Our foes might betray themselves with the slightest sound.
Twas but a trick of the luck.
Let us see what you're made of.
Shall I assist? Leave it to me.
That's the spirit!
That's quite a large boulder, but methinks 'twill budge if we combine our strength.
Shall we set it rolling?
loot.
Much appreciated. My strength is beginning to fly.
Over so soon? Why, we seem to have come through unscathed.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement.
Oi, you there! If you're fit to fight, give us a hand. Pray, lend us your aid.
We're in your debt.
Scatter the goblins! You've a strong arm. The goblins are well routed. You have my thanks. 'Twas a simple patrol mission, till we walked into their ambush. Those cursed things caught us entirely unawares. I don't know where we'd be if you hadn't come along. I pray you'll let me repay the favour, if e'er there's a chance.
Look, Master, a chest. We must find a way to open it.
Is there no way to reach it?
Our fortunes are looking up. All the more so if we sell this newfound prize.
Whether or not we make the sale is for the Arisen to decide.
He just senses, if aught feels out of place, it could very well be a trap.
Naught can threaten us if we watch each other's backs.
Nasty creatures, aren't they? But they'll not bother us again.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
It is an item of exceptional rarity. I cannot wait to tell my own master of its existence. You're well fond of picking things up, huh? you.
I'll gather these now. It would be a shame to forget their location when we need them most.
Be on your guard. There are innumerable corners where an enemy might conceal themselves here.
Let us proceed with caution.
Ah, good. I just about breathed my fill of stagnant air.
Such dark depths take their toll on the spirit.
I knew it to be so.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support. Restoration and reinforcement are the purview of a mage.
I only hope your memories
If
of our
ever you've
journey-
need of an ear to listen. There's something down there. Is it safe to descend? Then I shall remain by your side. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Do not waste this chance. We must press home our advantage.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall.
Of course.
This ox cart's bound for Vernworth. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
We've naught to gain by fighting here. Best we push on.